Benjamin Cavallari Glenn of Kotzebue, Alaska. You know, and I was talking the other day about him having to watch Brian's mama when he was little, and since then he's never been able to have a real relationship with a female. And that little bit of butt bumping they saw back there in high school, that was just Brian filling in for his dear brother when he had the urge to fix an embarrassing little problem he was having in school every once in a while. So, let's see now, there was something else there too, it seems. Now, what was it? See, that's the trouble with brain damage. The stuff comes and it goes. I remember something, and then before I get to even mention it, I forget it. Yeah. You know, if you ever see a Kotzebue cop laying in the ditch, let him rot. Let his ass rot. You know, one Kotzebue cop can support a family of maggots for as long as 6 weeks. Yes, sir, that's right. 6 weeks. A little less if it's a big family. You know, if Kotzebue city government was anything at all, they'd have never hired these two. Brian Glenn's law enforcement career, like 3.5 years. This is his 4th job. And I bet his boss and town council don't know that. So that's the trouble when they get, see, like Brian Glenn beat me into a wheelchair. They never prosecuted me for nothing, but they carried it out till the statute of limitations ran out. So now I tell everything I know about this little bastard. Now, when I refer to Brian Glenn, I can say bastard, because he is my son, and I was not married to his mother, nor did I want to be. She was twat. easily accessible twat. You know, if she didn't do the after morning pill, that was her problem. She was just twat to me. Yeah, that's why one of my YouTube channels goes by the name of Asshole. So I'm an asshole. Right, Brian? Right, Benjamin? Yeah, I'm an asshole. So y'all know if y'all got any good stories about Brian or Benji Boy, Benny Butt Plug, or I'm going to get some cool stuff about the Kotzebue Police Department. Somebody mentioned the other day, comment to one of my videos there, just mentioned down at the bottom there, wood chipper. Yeah, he knows, he knows. Yeah. Let me tell you about the wood chipper. See, Alaska, they used to have, 500 to 1,000 people that just go missing without a trace every year. And then it jumped up, went up a little higher, went up a little higher, went up a little higher. From what I understand, it's as much as 2,000 to 3,000 a year now. And Alaska's made up of criminals and misfits and pieces of trash, and criminals come up here to hide. And they get into law enforcement. Yeah, they get up here in law enforcement. Damn, I forgot what I was going to say. That's the trouble with brain damage. Brain damage from you, Brian Glenn. I bet, did you tell your town council that? They probably don't care. Any town council that don't do any more with background check than they did on you. Ain't much for government. But anyways, all these people kept disappearing. That's what I was talking about. All these people kept disappearing. Well, see, a lot of these people that has disappeared was getting tied up with law enforcement. Yeah, last time somebody seen them, they was in a car going off with law enforcement, or they was on a dog sled going off with law enforcement. Missing child, he was on a dog sled to law enforcement. Two missing women, last seen going off with law enforcement. Hundreds of people, missing like that. But shipyard people know better than to report stuff like that. That 2,000-3,000 people missing a year, that ain't nothing. Especially out in the Indian villages, they know better than to report something to the law enforcement. Well, Kotzebue, they got a child trafficking ring going out there. It's been going on out there for years. They go out and pick them up out of there in the villages out there and ship them out. Ship them off over to China or wherever they send them to, I don't know. Have to find out. This is a really bad day for talking. I really having trouble keeping my thoughts together enough to say anything. Oh, anyways, the way Brian and Benjamin got on to with the police department. Well, first Benjamin, back when he was kids, he started going down to the river to go swimming there, and kids would start kidding him there about these. He had nipples that might look like fishing worms, and when they rub on his shirt on the inside, them things that stand up, and they'd stretch out there about like 1.5 inches long, man. And he wear a t-shirt or something like that, man, they'd stand out there. You'd have to tape them down. Yeah, he really had a problem with that, and not being able to do anything with them. Of course, I don't know, after watching Mama forcing him to watch her and Big Brother, good Lord. I don't blame the kid. I don't blame him at all. No wonder he's buggered up in the head. But it turned out there was something to do with the training up there where he didn't have to take his shirt off in front of anybody. And he could stay taped up and everything, or I don't know, maybe he had something wrapped around him or something, I don't know. Well, Benny Butt Plug. He can't help the way he is, having to go through all that. And yeah, if you don't feel comfortable around women, well, that's okay. Yeah, nowadays it just don't make no difference no more. if you got a little thing going on with your brother, that's okay. Yeah, that's better going on to having something going on with your brother than your sister. Yeah, it's a whole lot better having it going on with your brother than your sister, especially if your sister gets pregnant. Yeah. Yeah, see, you ain't doing so bad. Yeah, Benny. The old Benny there, we never even looked into him. If he hadn't come out there and threatened me. He's all mouth no ass. All mouth, no ass. You know how it is with you, Brian? All mouth. No ass for Brandy boy, no man. It's just in the mouth. But yeah, we can't hold nothing against old Benny boy. He's had a rough life. Yeah, he's lucky to have Brian around. I haven't seen too many families with such brotherly love. Even if he was your brother, you know, getting to diddle your brother. It's very unusual, believe me. Well, let's see. It seems to me, let me something I was forgetting. I got it. You know, I got this brain damage that about the only thing that it doesn't affect is my hearing. My eyes don't focus in one spot. They keep jumping all around. The eyeballs stay in one place, but where they focus at is all over the page. It's kind of hard to see. You know, if you do this thing here, like my eyeballs don't move. I have trouble keeping track of what I'm saying, what I'm talking about. I probably messed up here today because today's not been a good day. I really wanted to get on here every day and talk about brain damage, and stuff that Brian Glenn did to me. But it's only on exceptional days that I can get out here and talk. I'll tell you what I hate to say, I'm surprised. Well, let me tell you one little tidbit about the town of Kotzebue there. I believe it was last year. They got a grant or something, $5 million grant from Alaska Housing, I think it was. And out of that Alaska Housing grant, over $2 million, it was $5 million was the grant, but over $2 million of that went to members of the police department and the town council. Yeah. So that's where they got a lot of job openings there. Got a lot of job openings there. Nobody wants no part of it, boy. Nobody don't want no part of it. That town is so corrupt. Yep, pretty corrupt, pretty corrupt. I believe, let's see, what was it somebody was telling me? It seems that chief of police and his sister has got the thing going. Living as husband and wife, but they're brother and sister. And she has something to do with records. I believe that's what it is. She got something to do with records. Now, I think she's supposed to have access to records in the police department, but she has actually records to the whole town. And it's really interesting what her and her brother, the chief of police, has been up to. Well, maybe I'll get back to you later and talk about Kotzebue some more, and Brian Glenn. But we do know that the chief of police knew what kind of trash he was. We know that. So y'all have a good one. Bye. Bye, Brian Glenn. You have a nice day, Brian.